I had 5 people telling me in the hands up, no shoot area that if you don't put your hands up, they will pretty much shoot at you. And then they're showing me and my people their fucking bruises, all this shit. Props to them that all got shot up by the rubber bullets and all this shit. I know dodging them motherfuckers wasn't easy. And tear gas is a motherfucking bitch. I've been pepper sprayed, I've been maced, but tear gas, that's another beast of its own, man. That shit gets in your mouth and oof, fucking nasty. But they arrested the officer today, Derek. I ain't gonna pronounce his fucking last name. Piggy Derek. They arrested him today and charged him with 3rd-degree manslaughter murder. But if you look at the definition, basically means it was an accident. That shit was no motherfucking accident. And you can see it wasn't an accident. Where are the other 3 cops? Maybe we wouldn't care if he caught that if you arrested all the 3 other cops too. It'd be different if you said they were on the run or they were, in hiding or something. But did you know where they're at? You fired them. You know where the fuck they live. You go to their barbecues. Stop acting like y'all don't get together and go to hoedowns and shit together like you do. We know you do. And we, the people, are fucking done. Like I said, it ain't a political thing. People can say, fuck Trump, this, that thing. I'll be honest, I don't care that he said, if you looting, we shooting. I don't give a shit that he said it. And then guess why? Because I think he said it because it rhymes. That's why I think he said it. I don't think he likes working with Governor Walz because I think he knows Governor Walz is a piece of shit. Governor Walz don't give a shit about opening up the state. Doesn't give a shit about watching the people fucking hurt. He don't give a shit. If you think Governor Walz does, then you should recheck everything he's fucking done in sequential order. Because he didn't give a shit about the people during COVID at all. He said he did because he's a governor. But he didn't give a shit. And I don't think you have to go to the protest to be a part of it. I don't. I don't think you have to go to the front lines to be a part of it. But I do think you can't have it both ways. You can't want the best for the cops and want the best for the protesters. I don't think you can want that. And why? Because it gets harder and harder and harder to defend someone or defend a group of people that has done everything in their power to disrespect you, to maim you, to brutalize you, to put fear into you. I don't think when anyone gets stopped by the cops that they're not fearful. And yes, I think there are a group of people out there, majority of people out there, black, white, Asian, Hispanic, whatever nationality, whatever ethnicity. I think there's a group of us, when the cops stop us, we are deathly afraid that we could become another statistic. For next to nothing. Because the cop might not like the way we respond to them. And last I checked, in the United States, we have our rights. They're inalienable. I don't have to give you my ID if I haven't done a crime, but the police sure think you do. And a lot of this starts with that give me your ID shit. Give me this, do this. You're not a fucking drill sergeant. You're a fucking cop. And you are paid to protect the people by the people. And I don't think the little fucking police watch groups, I don't think that shit's helping. I don't think that shit helps. I think those groups end up just as dirty as the police force. I don't think they start out that way, just like I don't think a police force starts out dirty, but I believe it gets dirty very quick. Like I told someone earlier, this ain't a Hollywood movie, man. Good cops don't be turned into bad cops every day. That internal affairs shit, this isn't a episode of Law and Order. They're not just gonna pop up and go pick him out of his group and then go razz all of his fucking friends like they do in Chicago PD. They're not. This isn't a TV show. This is real life. And I said to a few people, man, I watched the city I love burn. But I understand why it was burning. People can say the pawn shop, why'd they light the pawn shop on fire? Because the owner shot a protester the first night of protest and killed him. You could have shot to harm him or scare him or get him the fuck away from the pawn shop. But for as much as I love that pawn shop, I can't stand by the owner doing what he did. If it was a different scenario, like let's say there wasn't a major protest going on, it might be different. But in this scenario and in this case, it's not. There was a major protest going on. Someone just lost their life that shouldn't have lost their life. And instead of shooting to scare the fuck out of somebody, you shot to kill someone. And now you're sitting in prison. We're going to sit in jail, go to prison. And that person doesn't get to have their life. And your pawn shop is burnt to the fucking ground. So, maybe you should think about pulling that trigger for death instead of just to harm. And I'm all for the Second Amendment. I'm all for defending yourself. But I'm also not stupid enough to do what he did. I'm also smart enough to read a situation before you have to get in. You could have probably walked up to the door and the protesters would have left you alone. I don't know the exact situation, but I do know one thing. Your pawn shop doesn't exist anymore. It was burnt down. I do have a shit ton of pictures of it burning down, so if you would like those, you can buy them from me if and when you get out of jail. I don't know your name. I don't think you'll ever hear this, but if you do, you can buy the pictures. You might not be able to, though, because it might be out of your price range. For as crazy as it's been, and as crazy it probably will get, Minnesota stood up for what we believe in. And we fought back against a government that has sat and shit on the citizens of the Minnesota for as long as I've been alive. It's just that I'm thinking, and I can't. I mean, every politician that we have has some dirty shit behind them. You know what I'm saying? Even Mayor Fry. Some of the shit he's done. You might not agree with it. You might like it. But whatever. He did some dirty shit. He made promises he didn't keep. He don't give a shit about the city. He just cares about his title inside of the city. I guarantee in my lifetime, we watch Mayor Frey run for governor. I guarantee that happens. Mayor Frey, whatever the fuck his last name is. And then when I see on Facebook, there's groups talking about they're talking about vandalizing and looting and protesting Blaine. In Blaine at Northtown, they're gonna loot and vandalize Northtown because of police. They should. The Blaine police are dirty as fuck, and always have been. For as long as I've known. And they're like, "Damn, Petrov, you saying all cops are dirty for as long as you've been alive?" Yup. I sure the fuck do. I got more of a history with Coon Rapids, Blaine, and Spring Lake Park than I do with the MPD, and I hate the MPD more because of all the stories I've heard from my family. I know Coon Rapids is dirty. How many bags of mine have they stolen? You didn't give me a ticket, so where'd my weed go? What about my pipes? Huh? Oh, we can talk about some other shit too, because I got homies and me that can verify these stories. It's not a lie. We all know cops take shit that's not theirs, and they don't give you tickets for it. Just like I know plenty of cops that a cop will feel. Talking about, I'm just searching you. Yeah, okay. Y'all are dirty. And in Blaine, they the epitome of that racist, dirty shit. I ain't never heard a good comment come about the Blaine police. Ever. And I'm sure there's a good cop in this station. He probably rides a desk. And he's probably 90 years old. Whole point of it is, man, the whole point of this whole rant, I guess, is really not to bring you in. It was just my point of view on it. I'm trying to see it from every angle. I'm trying to understand why people are doing what they're doing, why they're doing it, this, that, the other. Even the bad guys. I think the police in this situation are 100% the bad guys, and I want to know why they did what they did, why they thought that shit was justified. Why are they still justifying it? Why are they still protecting this motherfucker? Why are they barred up outside his house 150 fucking deep? You know what I'm saying? Some of these things are real questions that I would love to ask these motherfuckers. And one of my main questions would ask, do you enjoy it? Because your brethren looks like he enjoyed it. His little hound dog that stood there, don't touch me, bro. He looked like he was enjoying that shit. Oh, why? George was dying. And then the way y'all moved his body when you knew he was dead, getting out of the gurney. Y'all are assholes. Pieces of shit. That's my opinion. No, I don't personally think all cops are bad cops. But I've yet to meet a good one. I hold out hope that maybe I'll meet a good cop someday. I doubt it. But someday. And I've met a couple of dirty cops that are dope, but they're okay with being dirty. And that's, I guess, if it's a movie, I guess it's a good thing. But this isn't a movie; it's real life. So you know that shit's not a good thing. I'm for the protests. I understand why they're doing what they're doing. I understand why they're burning the city down. And if you don't understand, then ask somebody. Because I'm sure that person would love to explain to you why they are doing what they're doing. But if you ask them in a very condescending way, and this could sound like a social justice thing, but if you're going to ask like this to be a troll, you expect to get trolled back, man. That's all I can say. I think there's a lot of people bandwagoning this shit. I think there's a lot of people jumping on ship. I think there's a lot of people jumping from side to side, seeing where they fit best. I think there's a lot of people that are speaking out against it that would have never said a fucking word because they really don't care, but it's a good bandwagon to ride. It's a lot of things I see and I read, and it's just, you can tell, man. Everybody's got their group of friends on their Facebooks that say, people say this thing, other people say this shit, and then it's just, that's what I mean. I see a lot of people jump ship. And I see a lot of people that are honest about their opinion on that shit. A lot of people are very honest. Very, very down the middle. They're okay with the protesting, but they don't understand the looting. They understand the looting, but why you gotta steal the PS4 and the TV? Why can't you go rob the police station? The same people that are fucking with the same government system, you know what I'm saying? So I see both sides. And I think that's where the rant is going to come from, and I think that's where it's going to end. And I'm going to post the pictures and shit to my Facebook, so you can type in Petra fucking find me. If you want to argue, I'm always down for that shit. Just tell me what we're arguing about. And that's my opinion on the protests in Minneapolis. Fuck 12. It's Petra. Out.